We used to get paid and still feel broke every single time. Does it sound familiar? Then we built a system that gives us peace instead of panic. And I've followed it every payday since. If you feel like your paycheck disappears before you even get a chance to enjoy it, you're not alone. My wife Brittany and I were constantly stressed. 2 kids, a pile of bills, no clue where the money actually went and where it was going. We'd check our bank account and wonder where it all went. But finally, we built a routine that actually works. It's simple, it's repeatable, and it takes just about 10 minutes every payday. So today, I'm gonna show you the exact 7-step paycheck routine that we follow every single time we get paid. And stick around to the end because the last step is what helped us finally break the paycheck to paycheck cycle for good. All right, let's dive in. All right, so step 1 is the foundation of absolutely everything. You need to know your baseline number. This is the number it takes to keep your household running every single month. I'm talking about your rent or your mortgage, your utilities, your groceries, your transportation, minimum debt payments, absolutely everything. This is essential. Not the extras, just the essentials. We call it our baseline number or our baseline budget because it's our financial floor. When you know it, you can finally understand what enough looks like and plan with confidence. For us, before kids, it was around that $4,000 to $5,000 per month mark. And since having kids, it's pretty much doubled. Can you guys relate? Now here's the thing. If your paycheck doesn't cover your baseline, that's a huge red flag that something needs to change immediately. Maybe you need to increase your income. Maybe you need to cut out some expenses. But if your paycheck does cover your baseline number, that's when the real strategy can begin. Let me tell you a quick story. When I was working as a jail deputy and Brittany was teaching, we had no idea what our baseline was. We were just spending, hoping that it would all work out. And guess what? It didn't. We had overdrafts in our accounts. We were using credit cards to cover gaps. We felt completely out of control. But the moment we sat down together and calculated our baseline budget, it was like this light bulb epiphany moment that went off. Suddenly we could see exactly where our money needed to go first. And the clarity in that was absolutely everything. So if you don't know your baseline number yet, right after finishing this video, go through all of your bank statements, add up all of the essentials, write everything down because you can't win a game if you don't know what the score is. All right, step 2 is gonna be cut what doesn't serve you. The first time we did this exercise, it honestly hurt. We went through the past 30 days of spending and highlighted everything that didn't support our goals or bring us joy. And let me tell you, there was a lot of waste. Eating out was our biggest money drain by far. We would grab takeout on busy nights, not even thinking about it. A quick dinner here, fast food here, a coffee run in between. And when we added it all up at the end of the month, we were spending over $600 in food that we weren't even enjoying. Once we started to meal plan and eat at home, we were saving hundreds of dollars every single month. And that money went straight towards our debt and our savings goals instead of going into a drive-through bag. Now, I'm not saying you can't eat out. We still do. But you have to do it intentionally, not impulsively. This is where a tool like Rocket Money came in absolutely clutch for us. Rocket Money helps you find your subscriptions and puts them all in one place, making it super easy to cancel anything that you're not already using. We actually found 3 streaming services that we totally forgot that we were paying for. We started using Rocket Money about 5 years ago when Mint shut down as our budgeting app, and we highly recommend it. This is not sponsored or anything like that. We actually use it. And I actually have a full Rocket Money review on our channel if you want to do a deeper dive on how it works and how it can save you a ton of money. But here's the real question you want to ask yourself. What's draining your bank account without improving your life? Make a list, write it down. Go through the last 30 days of transactions and be honest with yourself. Start trimming, because that money can be redirected to things that actually move the needle, like paying off your debt, building a savings account, investing for your future, or finally going on that family vacation that you've always wanted. Every dollar you free up here is a dollar that works for you instead of against you. Saving money is making money. Step 3 is what we call the oh crap emergency fund. You know what happens right after you start getting ahead financially? Life smacks you in the face every single time. For us, it was the timing belt that went out in our car. We were finally starting to get traction in our budget. We were making progress on our debt. We felt like we were actually winning with our money finally. And then boom, $800 to fix the car. But here's the difference. Thanks to our oh crap emergency fund, we paid for it in cash without any stress. No credit card, no panic, no scrambling to figure out where that money was gonna come from. It was already there, waiting for this exact moment. This fund is your buffer between chaos and calm. It's what keeps the bad days from becoming financial disasters. Start with just $1,000. That's the first goal. Every payday, move a little bit of money into a separate savings account and automate it if you can. We'll talk about that in step 5. Even if it's just $25, $50 at a time, it adds up faster than you think. And here's what happened. Once you have that cushion, your entire relationship with money changes. You stop living in fear. You stop waiting for the other shoe to drop. You start making decisions from a place of confidence instead of panic. I still remember the first time that we hit that $1,000 oh crap emergency fund. Brittany and I were literally in the kitchen celebrating, jumping up and down. We felt like we had finally built a safety net. And honestly, it was one of the most freeing feelings we've ever experienced with our money. So if you don't have an emergency fund yet, start today. Open a separate savings account, preferably a high yield savings account. Name it something fun if you want, and start feeding it every single paycheck. Because when life happens, and trust me it will, you'll be ready. Hey, real quick, if you're getting value from this video and excited to start building momentum with your money, hit the like button, share it with a friend. Let's keep going. All right, step 4 is attacking your high interest debt like your life depends on it. Because honestly, your financial freedom does. At one point, Brittany and I were paying hundreds of dollars per month in just interest payments. Not payments towards our actual debt, just interest. It was like throwing money into the trash every single month, and it made me sick to my stomach. We had over $40,000 worth of student loans, and every month the balance barely moved because we were only making the minimum payments. Once our essentials were covered and our emergency fund was growing, we attacked our debt hard. And I mean hard. We use the debt snowball method, and here's how it works. You list out all of your debts from smallest balance to the largest balance. You make a minimum payment on everything except the smallest one. And then you throw every extra dollar that you can find at the smallest debt until it's completely gone. Then you take that payment that you were making on the smallest debt and you roll it into the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then it snowballs. Now, some people are more disciplined and numbers based, and this is where the debt avalanche method might come into play. This is where you start with the highest rate first. Mathematically, this saves you the most amount of money in the long run. And if that's what motivates you, then do this method. But for us, the debt snowball method worked the best because of the psychology behind it. Every time we paid off a debt, we'd celebrate. We'd cross it off the list. We feel like we were winning, and that momentum just kept going and going and going. I remember the day we paid off our first student loan. It was only about $1,500, but it felt like $1 million. We printed off the statement that said paid in full. And we put it on our fridge so that every time we walked past it, we'd see it as a reminder and that we were actually doing this. Here's the key with debt. Don't make the minimum payment forever. Every extra dollar counts. If you get a tax refund, throw it at the debt. If you make extra money from a side hustle, which is what we did, throw it at the debt. If you find 20 bucks in an old coat pocket, you guessed it, throw it at the debt. We became obsessed with paying off our debt. And within 2 years, we were completely debt-free except for our mortgage. And let me tell you, that feeling of freedom, it's absolutely priceless. So pick a method, list out all your debts, and start attacking them with everything you've got. All right, step 5 is gonna be automate everything you possibly can. This is where peace of mind really kicked in for us. When you automate, you remove decision fatigue. And more importantly, you protect yourself from your own bad habits. Let me explain. Early in our marriage, we would get paid, then we would manually pay every single bill. Transfer money to the savings, send it to debt payments, and sometimes, believe it or not, we'd forget. Or we'd spend the money on something else, then scramble to cover the bills later. It was absolutely exhausting, and honestly, it was just plain stupid. So we started to automate absolutely everything and come up with a system for our money. And this changed our lives. Here's what we automated. First of all of our bills. Our mortgage, utilities, phone, everything. They're all on auto pay. We never have to think about them. They just get paid. Second is our savings transfers. Every payday, money would automatically move from our checking into our oh crap fund, our emergency fund, and our sinking fund for things like vacations, car maintenance, or Christmas gifts. Third, debt payments. When we were paying off our debt, we'd automatically set up the extra payments. We'd never have to think about it. The money would just leave our account and go straight towards the debt. Fourth is our Roth IRA contributions. We automate our retirement investing too. Every month, money goes into our Roth IRAs without us lifting a finger. Now when it's payday, we don't even scramble. We don't stress, and the system runs itself. Here's what you need to do. Set up autopay as much as you can. Link your accounts. Use calendar reminders for anything that can't be automated. Make your finances boring, because boring builds wealth. And here's the beautiful part. When your money is on autopilot, you free up the mental space to focus on what actually matters, like your family, your goals, your dreams, your activities, your passions, not whether you remember to pay the electric bill. So go through your bills after this video, set up auto payments, set up automatic transfers, and give yourself the gift of not having to think about all this stuff every single month. All right, step number 6, start investing, even if it's $10 at a time. You don't need $1,000 to start investing. You don't need to be an expert. You just need to start. We began with $50 a month into our Roth IRA. That's it. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't impressive, but it was consistent, and consistency is what builds wealth over time. And here's the truth. $10 invested is infinitely better than $0 saved, because $10 invested today will grow into more money over time. But $0 saved, that stays zero. When we first started investing, I'll be honest, it was kind of intimidating. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was afraid of picking the wrong investments. I was afraid of losing money. But I learned the biggest risk with investing isn't picking the wrong fund. The biggest risk is not starting at all. So we keep it super simple. Even 10 years later, when we become millionaires and financially free. We opened up Roth IRAs with Vanguard. We invested in low-cost index funds like our favorite VTSAX. And we committed to contributing every single month, no matter what. You can use platforms like Fidelity, Vanguard, Betterment, or Robinhood. They all make it easy to get started. So pick a simple index fund if you're a beginner. Focus on consistency over perfection. Because here's what most people don't realize. Time in the market beats timing the market every single time. People who win with investing aren't the ones who pick perfect stocks. They're the ones who start early and stay consistent. Even if you're paying off your debt, even if you're building your emergency fund, if your employer offers a 401k match, contribute enough to get the full match. That's free money. Don't leave that on the table. And once your high interest debt is gone, your emergency fund is solid, increase your investing contributions. Make it a priority. Because investing isn't just for the rich people. It's for anyone who wants to build wealth over time. And that includes you. All right, step 7 is reviewing and aligning regularly. Every Sunday after church, Brittany and I sit down with what we call our marriage money meeting. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. We review our spending from the past week. We look at upcoming bills. We talk about our goals. We make sure that we're on the same page with everything, including our family, our finances, and our freedom. Even though I handle about 90% of the finances day to day, Brittany gives her input, and we work as a team together. We stay in our lanes, but we're always moving forward together. And that unity has been huge for our marriage. Here's what we cover in our marriage money meeting. First, we look at where we are financially. How much is in our checking account? How much is in our savings? Are we on track with our monthly budget? Second, we review what's coming up. Are there any big expenses this week or next month? Do we need to adjust anything? And third, we talk about our goals and making progress. Do we need to pivot? What's working and what's not? Fourth, we celebrate wins. Did we pay off any debt? Did we hit our savings milestone to take our family vacation? Did we stick to our budget? We celebrate it. Wins are important. This habit changed our marriage more times than I can count, because money fights are one of the biggest reasons couples split up. But when you're talking about money regularly, when you're on the same page, those fights don't happen. If you're married or in a relationship, I cannot recommend this enough. Start your own marriage money meeting. Make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. And if you want help getting started, comment marriage money meeting below, and I'll send you our free guide that walks you exactly through how to do this. Because your financial success isn't just about numbers. It's about your relationships, your communication, and your teamwork. If this excites you and you are ready to take the next step in winning with your money and start to build your life of freedom, check out our Freedom Builders community. Link is in the description. All right, bonus step, investing in yourself and your ability to make more money. Once your money system's in place and you've got your baseline covered, your spending is under control, your emergency fund is growing, your debt is shrinking, your automations are running, your investing is happening, and your regular reviews are scheduled, the next big lever that you can pull in your finances to fast track your financial freedom is increasing your income. Here's the reality. There's only so much that can cut from our budget, but there's no gap in what you can earn. It's a mindset. You can always earn more money. For us, increasing our income changed everything. It started with affiliate marketing. We just started sharing products and services that we already loved and used and earned a commission when people signed up through our links. The first $50 we made absolutely blew our minds. We couldn't believe it was real. Then it grew to $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, and $10,000 and beyond. That income allowed us to become debt-free, both quit our jobs in law enforcement and teaching, and build a life around our family, not around our paychecks or our schedules controlled by someone else. And we've helped thousands of families do the same thing. Start small, build skills, create income streams, and take control. We've got tons of videos on our channel showing you exactly how to start with affiliate marketing or freelancing, digital products, and more. Your story can start today. Your current income is not your permanent income. You have skills, experiences, and ideas that people will pay for. You just have to take the first step. So invest in yourself, learn new skills, build side hustle income, create opportunities, because the best investment you'll ever make is your own ability to earn. If you've ever felt like you're working hard but you're still falling behind, you're not alone. Brittany and I felt the same way. But this routine, these 7 steps we follow every payday, didn't just fix our finances. It brought us peace in our marriage, confidence in our decisions, and hope in our future. And it can do the same for you. So here's what I want you to do next. First, download our free Financial Freedom Starter Guide. There's a link in the description to grab it. Second, watch this next video on our channel. I promise it will bring just as much value as this one did. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're here to help you take control of your money, your time, and your freedom without sacrificing your family in the process. We post new videos every single week with real practical strategies that work for real families just like yours. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.